How's everybody doing? So, as you can see in front of me, I've got a sheet of steel and a circular saw. And many of you have probably seen this, but if not, I need to break this steel down into smaller sections. I'm building a few workbenches and I was able to have the mill where I bought the steel from, my supplier, shear it in half for me. So this is 30 inches wide, which is the correct width, but it's too long. I need to cut it roughly 60 inches. So there's a million ways to do this. You could do it with a grinder, you could do it however you wanted to. But the best, fastest, cheapest, and easiest way is just take an old circular saw. This is one that we pulled out of the field from construction. It's no longer doing carpentry work, and it's now my dedicated steel saw. And it has a steel blade in it. This is a Diablo Steel Demon blade, and if you've never used one of these before, you will be amazed at how easily this cuts. So I'm gonna lay it out and then I'll bring you in, show you how it cuts, and we'll do a little bit of real-time footage so you can see just how fast this is. But I was pretty skeptical the first time that I tried this, and there's no going back. This is the best way to break down steel. I've done it from 1/4 inch plate, this is 1/8 inch plate, so this should be no problem. And I'll bring you in and show you that. So let's get to breaking this down and come along for the ride. Rearranged here a bit, and I've clamped my guide on. This is just a piece of aluminum. It has some spray paint and overspray on it, but I know it's something straight, and that's all we're looking for here. And many of you know this, but I may as well say it again. Most circular saws, from the fence to the blade, is 1.5 inches. It's almost always 1.5 inches, at least on most full-size circular saws. So all I did is I want the length of this sheet 61 inches. I added 1.5 inches. And I clamped my guide 1.5 inches further past my cut than I wanted. So all there really is to do now is put on double hearing protection and some eye protection, because this is loud and it throws chips everywhere. So don't skimp on your safety in this area. The old safety squints are not gonna cut it for this. So we'll put on some hearing protection, put on some eye protection, and show you just how easy this is. And bada beep, bada boop. A few minutes with the circular saw and we got a nice clean cut. I just touched the edge with the sanding pad on the grinder so there's no burr, but other than that, that went smooth as silk. You will notice in the video there were quite a few sparks. This blade is getting towards the end of its service life, and that's why it's sparking. Usually the sparks mean heat, and you don't really want that with these carbide cutting blades. But it still works great, and now we've got a more manageable size piece of steel for our bench top. So that's really all there is to it. Get an old circular saw that you don't plan on using for carpentry anymore, because it those metal shavings go everywhere. Put a good blade in it, and away you go. You can break down 4x8 sheets. I've done this for all sorts of different sheet sizes where I wasn't able to get the supplier to cut it to the size that I would need, for steel planter boxes, for just about anything. So this is a really great way to take a really unmanageable size, like a 4x8 sheet of steel, and break it down into certain sizes that you need. So that's all there is to it. Thanks for watching.